about Chat GPT for scripting. So I actually saw this clip and it was fire. And so the young lady was talking about, writing down your what you desire. And like when you script, okay, when you script from a place of already having the thing. Like, you're already in your house, you already have your car, you're driving it, you're scripting, about the smell of it, and you're going through um all of your fields. You're going through, how it feels, how it looks, how you felt when you walked through it, if it's a house, if it's a car, the feelings you get when you're driving it and all that kind of stuff. And so that is the thing that I'm talking about today. Hey, enough. Thank you for joining. And so we are like, so when I a lot of people don't like Chat GPT, but I do. I love it because I'm telling you, it saves you so much and it helps. Even what I noticed too, y'all, is people really want they really want inauthentic, but they say they want authentic. And let me explain what I mean by that. So they say they want authentic, but I'm telling you, when I write down my posts, say like I'm doing a post for Facebook, or I don't do Instagram like that, but I'm doing a post for Facebook, or even I'm doing a post for here. The stuff that I write down, it's like, okay, nobody hardly reads it. But when I get it from Chat GPT and I just put a little bit of my stuff in there, like, I've changed some things around to make it sound like me and all this kind of stuff, the posts, they almost go viral. It's amazing how that works. And so what that tells me is that people really don't really want authentic. They want it to sound good, but they're not really looking for authentic, because if they were, they would be responding to our posts the way we post them without Chat GPT. So that being said, I'm talking about using ChatGPT to script. And so the way that the young lady explained it, and I did it, was I wrote down the things that I desired, the things where I wanted to be, like my YouTube channel. I'm looking to monetize, I'm looking for, so many subscribers. I'm looking for so many things. I'm also doing my development circle. And so I'm calling in, the beautiful people that are coming to join me there. I'm also writing books. I'm finishing my master's. And so I put all these things in the Chat GPT. And you know what it gave me? It gave me a wonderful script. And I would read it, but it's on this phone. It is. I was like, oh my God, and because I was resistant at first, because people talked about it. I was like, I don't know about that. AI, and I was kind of on that side of it. But now that I see how it can be helpful in our lives, y'all, I mean, we asked ChatGPT all kinds of things. Like I saw a post that said Celine Dion had transitioned or something, and my heart was something, because I love her, and I actually have been praying for her. But I saw that post, and so I looked it up in Chat GPT. I didn't even Google it. I looked it up in Chat GPT, and Chat GPT said she is very much alive. So I was like, okay. But the thing is we can actually use it to our advantage. And so with this scripting and this manifesting, I'm telling y'all, it's a game changer, because what I did was I put in all these things that I desired, my partner, I was with my soulmate and all this stuff, my husband, the love of my life, and I put that in there, and I put, building my beautiful new house and all of that kind of stuff. And so I put that in there, and then Chat GPT spit out a story. And so the story, y'all, revolves around all of that. And one day okay, so my printer's out of ink, so I can't print it. I gotta get some ink. Matter of fact, that's one of the things I plan to do today. But my printer's out of ink, so I can't print it. So I'm gonna print it. When I get it printed, I'm going to read it to you guys, because it is phenomenal, the story of it. And and the thing is what she said too was record it so you can listen to it on loop. And so that's my next step after I get done with y'all. But I have to go take my husband to the hospital. But after I get done with all that, sometime today, I plan to record it, probably while I'm sitting there and while we're waiting. I plan to record it, because I know that it's going to help, because just reading it like set my mind free. You know what I mean? It's like it opened up my mind, because we visualize, and I visualize every single day, and I recommend that. Like I visualize when I get up, before I get out the bed, I do a visualization and I visualize some things that I want, you know, some things that I desire, some things that are happening, some things that I want to happen in my day, you know, all of these things. Like I set intentions for so many things. And so I do that every morning when I wake up. I set these intentions and then I visualize it. I see myself, you know, in the spaces. I see myself doing the things, you know, I see myself opening up my bank account and looking at 5,000 extra dollars. But these are things I visualize before I get out of bed. And then I visualize before I go to sleep. And what I've started doing is revising the day. And that, y'all, is also a game changer. And that's a Neville Goddard strategy, revising the day, revising how the day goes. So after you've done your Chat GPT thing and you put that in there and you've got your story, and then you're able to see, you know, that, and you can read it, which you can read it every day and say it as long as you say it, read it, listen to it. You can put it on a recording, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to record it so that I can listen to it every single day. I am super excited about it, you know, but also, like I said, revising your day is also helpful, because what revising does is it makes you shift how you felt in the day. Because if you were angry and something was going on in your day, or somebody did something to you that, you know, didn't feel good, I'm telling you, you can revise it. And what that does is it shifts your energy around the thing. And that's really what we are looking for. Because I just actually saw somebody posted in my group, which I have a group on Facebook. It's called Awakening Your Intuition. If you want to join, if you're on there. But it's called, I had a post and I think it was something like, what was things that old people told you? You know, it may be a limiting belief. And so this girl posted and said how her mother shared with her, it's going to be good. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I was concerned, and it was some subtle things happening that I felt like we needed to check, because he actually just turned 65. And so I wanted to, you know, check and make sure, you know, and yeah, so we're going to go do that. And yes, and that's another thing, because y'all don't know, I was up half the night because I was praying and I was, you know, commanding, and I was thinking about it. And yes, that is the point. Oh my God, that's the point. Because you'll go back and you'll ruminate on all these things, you know, oh, I could have done this, or why didn't I do this, or why didn't it happen that way, or you know what, God, you know what, did you forsake me, you know, all these things. But no, go back and revise it and shift the whole idea and the whole concept around it. And I'm telling you, it will make you feel so much better, and you know that you do. And then what it does, I think, is, and nobody has said this, but this is what I'm seeing. I see that what it does is it shifts how you deal with that, even that same type of situation. So when it happens again, you see how you deal with it. And then you start to really shift. You know, because the one thing that happened for me that was so amazing was I started truly shifting into this person that I knew that I was, that I've always been, you know. So I'm not even becoming anything. I have always been her. But it's like now I'm seeing her. I'm seeing that I've been her. And I'm stepping into it, and I'm embodying who she is, and understanding and appreciating and accepting, you know, all of the things, all of the parts of me. You know, and so that is like such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. But y'all, I'm going to go because I think I've been talking too much. I had dental work yesterday. I did some work yesterday, and I was on that video yesterday, and oh, and it was just insane. But you know what? It's okay, because we are cultivating our spaces, because that is who we are, and that's what we've been put here to do. Cultivate our spaces. So if the spaces aren't right, shift the energy around it, shift the energy in it. You know, just start taking time. You know, and thank you so much. I appreciate the prayers, because, you know, he's I believe that he's good. However, we've had so many different scares lately. I have had a couple of friends that have lost their spouses, and they were young, you know, like, you know, like my husband's 65, and I have a friend, her husband was 65. I have another friend, her husband passed, he was 54, you know, so we're not taking anything for granted and doing everything we need to do. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And yes, I know it is. I know it is, because y'all know what? I've been doing like I've been instructed, taking my ibuprofen every 4 hours, before that thing starts kicking and being irritating. But I can feel the shift and I can feel it's getting better. But I noticed that I just need to not talk so much. But anyhow, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back tomorrow with some more good stuff. Thank you so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I appreciate the prayers.